Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, collectors of adult age, Dave here yet again with another unboxing and review video. This one has been really long in the coming because I've been looking for this Mezco 112 Collective Batman 1989 figure for quite some time, and thanks to buddy Abby, I now have one. It is open, but I've peeked inside it to take a look at a few things and get excited about it. So I'm going to show it to you, starting with the box, obviously. It says 112 Collective, Pose, Play, Display, classic Batman logo, Batman word, DC over there. We got the 112 Collective on top. The 89 Batman style toy artwork on the side there. Mezco Toys by collectors for collectors. Same thing on that side. Oh, my background is falling down because I'm an idiot. There's the bottom stuff. There's a barcode. I don't know if it means anything for you. We have the background with the bat signal in the sky. Recreations of the scenes in the movie. That background's different today because of reasons. I got some stuff behind the divider. We're going to take a look at that stuff in a bit. First, I'm going to slide the entire tray out of here. Make sure there's nothing left in the box. And then set the box on the floor while we look at all the stuffs. Now, as you know, Mezco likes to give you a bag and keep all your accessories and possibly your figure as well if you take it out of the plastic cradle. Here is all the bits and pieces that come with it. We'll take a look at them all in a moment. Cape assembly, which is a super funny thing to say. Range of motion possible with the legs and everything. You can pause that and zoom in and read it if you like. You gotta play with the cowl a little bit there. Set that aside. Product care guidelines. You can pause that and read it if you like. I'm going to take a look at the two. There's a cover and a double tray here. Let's see, there's basically two trays. So we're going to look at the bottom tray first, because we will want that cape, so we're going to get that out of there. There's two capes. We will take a look at both. I get the one accessory, if I can get it out of the thing here. The wrist mounted double shot grapple. They both extend to the side. It looks pretty sweet. It's a little wonky, a little bit bent. It's such a thin thing You don't want to tweak it around too much, but you can get it to be good enough. Very pointy. Gotta be careful with that so you don't stab yourself in the finger or something. It's molded weld. Very cool. I dig that. Put that back in the safe place. There is a grapple tip with a wire on it, with a little peg that looks like it pegs into the grapple gun, but we're going to leave that right there so we don't lose that. There is a batarang floating around in here that also has a very thin wire attached. That's very cool. Don't know where that's supposed to live. Maybe up top somewhere. Or we're going to put it there with the other one for now. The stand. I'll peg into the base and get him in dynamic positions. Let's get the base out of there. Since it is pre-loved, it already has the peg installed right there. Well, with a little bit of light persuading, that should pop right back out. Just like that. I'll be able to put the stand in there for dynamic posing. But for now, I'm going to put that back in there, if I can. Yeah. We're going to leave that in there for now. We decide how to display it later. I'll be able to decide whether or not I want that out. Let's put this back in there. There's a little bitty thing over here which I just got able to hop out there. Super small. There it's focused. That's the communicator in which he talks to the Batmobile. That's such a small thing. Zoom back out, you'll be able to see how damn small that is. That will easily get swallowed up by the carpet monster. Let's take a look at these capes while we have them out. This one is the wired cape. It's a little bit ragged at the top. Maybe it was handled a little bit roughly. But there's a wire in every other thing. Nice leathery texture on the outside. Almost felt on the inside. So that's cool. We'll leave that to the side. We'll decide which one we like more in a bit. This one has the ring on it. So this one here, same kind of cape, no wires. But this one has the little ring that's supposed to clip into the collar piece. So I'm wondering if this one had it and then got fucked up. It's got all the strings hanging off like it had it there, but no longer does. So that's disappointing, but like I said, it is technically used. As long as I can make it look the way I want it to when I display it, I'll be pleased well enough. Let's take a look at that's so barely balanced. The figure itself, very cool. Now, it looks like batarangs are missing, but they're not. They're all floating around down there. Let's take this head out for a second so we can look at said batarangs. I mean, the detail is nice, but they're very small and would easily get lost. But there's 4 of them, so you can't beat that. But since I got them out, I'm going to carefully set them back in their cradles, because why not? They look good there. I may never use them, so there's son of a bitch. The carpet monster strikes. Well, that was a vial of like a smoke canister. I know where it is. I can see it, but it's so small I had to completely move the camera to get it. Tiny, tiny, tiny things. You can see by comparison to my fingers how small this little ninja star thing is. It's well sculpted, but very, very small. Let's see. There is this thing here. I forget exactly what that is, but it's cool. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to just set that back in this thing so it doesn't get lost. There's a little space up top here for what I'm assuming is the batarang with the wire. But we have the grapnel gun. I like this thing. It's very cool. Nicely sculpted. Nice detail there. We have a, sorry about the visibility, but the very, very tiny peg of the thing. The grapnel launcher. Let's see. It has a tiny peg hole. Let's see if I can line them up. Well, maybe it doesn't. No, it's there. Wow. I mean, that's a very cool look. I'm going to have to take it off to put it back in this package, but that's very cool looking. Got to be very careful taking that off of there, because I don't want to lose another thing to the carpet monster. And I'm bending it a little bit. Back in the cradle you go. We have the, and you know what? That's not even, yeah, so I broke that piece. This piece is supposed to come out of there. Hold on. That little silver piece was supposed to come out of there and stay attached to the thingy, and it didn't. There's a folded version of the grapnel launcher. One of these things has a magnet. It's supposed to be able to clip onto the belt. Let's go up. Now we're going to shoot downward. You can see the variety of hands there. It comes with fists on him in the package. You got various, it's like mostly grip. We've got other grip, and we've got gesturing and grapnel grip. Let's see, is that the grapnel grip? That does appear to be the grapnel grip. Nice. Rubbery, flexible fingers. So you can get a lot of grabbing of accessories with that. Let's move on to the faces, shall we? Down to the left, as I had it, was this one here. What I'm calling battle damaged. There's eyes painted in there. The face sculpt is pretty nice. The sculpt of the cowl, it's got some damage there too, that's cool. Sculpt of the cowl looks just like what you expect it to. The bat logo is nice and crisp. And obviously a magnet to attach it to the body. Here's the calm-eyed one. I like this one quite a bit. The logo is not quite as crisp. A little bit of do-over edges with the yellow there. I don't know which one I like more. Here's the slight smirk. Nice clean, not scuffed up. That bat logo is nice. Just a little bit over on that one. On the other side. Batman, as he was in the cradle, had the eye adjustment one. They're currently looking forward. Turn it that way, he looks to the right. Turn it that way, he looks to the left. He only looks slightly cross-eyed. So I don't know if I need to use this one that much. Right in the middle, let's see how it looks. Slightly cross-eyed. That's alright. I'll probably not have them displayed with that one. Nice crisp bat though. Let's see, the calm one is that one, so that's probably the one I'll display with. Let's take a look at the body here. It does look a little dusty, but that can be adjusted. The belt floats around a little bit. I like the sculpting on the gauntlets, fist hands. They all have the little studs in there for grip and slapping people in the face with steel studs. I'm thinking this figure was oiled down, or the paint is just a little inconsistent from right side to left side. I like the sculpt. There's the back of them there. The only thing that I wasn't really prepared for was the real feel skin style body. No one had prepared me for the odd texture that I'd be encountering. It does feel somewhat like I said, real feel skin. If you know what that is, you know what I'm talking about. Range of motion in a second here. It does look a little head large with the cape off, but I'm super digging it so far. Let's take that. That's a strong magnet, which I appreciate. Obviously, the range of motion on this is going to be limited by the material covering the armature, but you get that. If you leave it there holding the cape up, I think you might be okay for a while. There's forward, there's back. Well, a little bit limited, but you would expect that from this version of Batman. There's creases. You get a little better than 90 if you play with it, but it will eventually crack and break there. Rotation up and down on the wrist. Yeah, as long as you don't leave it in these dynamic poses for too long, it'll probably be alright. Like I said, the belt floats. You don't get any turn necessarily. That's right. I like the sculpt on the belt though. You do get out there. It wants to bring it back down a little bit because of the rubber. The hips are slightly misaligned in there, but I've heard that a lot about this one. But so far he's standing fine. The knees do bend. Get a bit of ankle and everything. I mean, he's probably just going to be standing there on the shelf looking imposing anyway, so I don't need to get super dynamic with this guy. But let's get this cape on here. Yes. Let's see. I wonder if that's actually on the wrong side. I have patience with this cape, I've been told. That thing is supposed to clip over that, but for now, looks a little bit dumb like that because it's not properly clipped on. Yeah, I don't know. Someone's doing burnouts in the wet or something out there. Let's see. Let's see if we can get this thing on, folks. Yeah, so this ring is super touchy. Alright, so it's on there. And it is a little flippy flappy. So naturally, it's not going to sit because there's not a lot of weight to it. Of course, it wants to lean backwards because, of course, why not? Why wouldn't it? I think it looks good, but the collar is goofy. So let's see about this one. With the lack of collar where one should be. It definitely sits down lower, but because of the one every other wire thing, it's not going to sit particularly flat until you play with it a little bit, which I am now currently doing. It's always gonna stick out a bit there, but you know, fuck it. Let's put away the non-wired cape for now. Figure out what to do about that in a while. I'm just gonna put that inside this thing here. That's probably how I'm gonna display him, so we're gonna put him there. Get the get another inner tray here. Damn, so many trays in this thing. Good Lord, come out of there. Oh, for fuck's sake. There's no traction on any of these tray pieces. We're just going to drop that in there behind him. Put that there. I'm going to put this back there. We're going to put him back into the, or put the cradle and everything back into the box as well. And we'll put Batman himself back in there when I'm done fucking around with him. And naturally, all the little bits of plastic that were in the cradles are now no longer in the cradles inside the box there. The cradling is a little bit goofy. So, before we get to full comparison, I'm going to play around with this cape a little bit more, see if I can get it to sit down. So, the wire there is supposed to be the center line. I'm going to get that one bent way in there. I'm going to get this one bent way in there. So that sits somewhat there like that. I'm going to get you're going to have to bring his arms up a little bit. Make it, we're going to pretend like he's about to kick somebody's ass. That's probably how he's eventually going to be displayed for me. Like I said, I've been wanting to have this particular comparison or side by side for quite some time, so I'm gonna bring in my Superman 78 to set beside my Batman 89. Wow, that's cool. That makes me happy. That makes me happy. I got the Superman's base out here as well. We're going to turn that on. We're going to turn off these lights in a moment. Let's see, turn that light off, turn that light off, turn that light off. We're going to bring Superman there. Let's see, let's turn that around so the lights point it up. You can't see that very well, but I can, and it's fucking cool. Let's get these lights back on. Turn this base off so I don't kill the battery. And I will take those batteries back out of it later. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's almost it for my review of the Mezco Batman 89. But before I go, I need to compare this Batman to other Batmans. So, we're going to move this thing finally. Ba-doom! We've got the McFarlane Toys Batmobile and Batman 89 figure here. We have the Flash Batman and Batman Unmasked back there. But obviously the scales are dramatically different. Let me see here. This Mezco Batman is right at the 6 3/4 mark. The McFarlane Batman right about 7.5, give or take a hair. So dramatically different scale, but very, very cool. So this one, the Mezco, probably fits a little bit better with that Batmobile back there. But they got approximately the same sculpt. They got gold here. I mean, cloth cape, wired cape, whatever. Two completely different styles of the same Batman, and I couldn't be happier. I like them both for different reasons. I'm pretty happy. But just for fun, let's get Superman back in there. We're going to put that guy back here. Superman right there. Batman 1989 from Mezco. Fuck yeah. Deuces.